The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
All right. Everyone needs an Aquarius. We are back in the building. We are together.
We are together. Finally.
Yes. Shout out to Sleepy from Just Posted. We was with him last night.
Yep.
Doing it. So we was like, yo, we gotta do our show if you in town. So here we
I know. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. It's been a long time coming because I feel like every time.
About 2 years we've been doing, like a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Pandemic. We started in the pandemic.
Yeah. We a panty show. Yeah.
Shout out to all them Sagittarius as we pissed off at the beginning. You called them poison.
Hey, but did I lie?
No, you didn't.
I did not. I didn't lie. That's like one of my favorite episodes. I love them all, but I really love that one. Sidebar, I have a random question before we start. Speaking of music, what is one of your top 3 underrated albums?
See, I don't know if one is A. Marie's All That I Am.
Damn it! I was gonna say that for mine.
Really?
Yes.
Carl Thomas Emotional.
Okay.
And this was not necessarily, I just think it wasn't underrated at the time, but I think people forget about it now. Donald Jones, Where I Want to Be.
Oh, my sister blasted that album.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I feel like people don't give that the props it deserves now, but then people was on it.
That's how I know about it, man. Well, I love Where I Want to Be, but like the album, certain other tracks, is because of Janelle. We were in like a Uber in New Orleans, and it was like one of the tracks that wasn't like a single.
Oh, I feel like they singles.
When I tell you this nigga was yelling and screaming, I was like, okay.
What do we do here?
Who are you?
Donald Jones, man. Those are kind of my 3, and those are all in a big certain time period too. I was really sitting there listening to music in college and shit. So that's probably why I would say those are like really.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, I would say Don't Laugh at Me.
Oh no.
Dirty Money, Last Train to Paris.
Really? That's an underrated album?
Nigga, nobody talks about that album.
But I didn't even know it was, I just heard the song, the singles that came out.
Yeah, no, it was the solid, no skips.
Okay.
No skips.
Okay.
Well, you took A. Marie's All I Had for me. 3T.
Ooh, Brotherhood album.
Brotherhood.
Hey, that's a dope album. It's a dope album.
And I'm gonna say Maya Mood Ring.
Ooh.
Mood Ring, no skips.
That's the one with, is that Falling on there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My Love Is Like, whoa. She had, there's like a full song to the joint that her and Common did for like Coca-Cola. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. She has this song called No Sleep, and she, like, the interlude is like she calling this dude, telling him she in town. She's like, what you doing? And she's like, want to come through and see him? And he was like, oh yeah, like you come through. She's like, bet I'm downstairs. And it kicks off. She's like, I bet you won't get no sleep tonight.
Oh, so I need to go back and treat the Maya.
Yes. Maya's Mood Ring goes hard. Every once in a while, I pull it out the vault and be going hard in my car.
Hey, that A. Marie album may be my favorite album of the 2000s overall period.
Oh my God.
Like there's no skips in every one of those songs. You feel those songs.
Float?
Yeah.
Y'all, oh my God. I just died and then Float. What's up, girlfriend?
What's up?
I need help.
Okay, I'll be up there after I finish recording.
Right now?
No, not right now.
No, right now.
Okay.
Okay. It's fine. All right, y'all. I'm gonna keep talking. Well, okay. So Anna Marie's All I Have album, and that's the title track, and it's like the last song. Every song is just everything. It kicks off. Of course, it's gonna start off with "Why Don't We Fall in Love." From there, it goes to "Talking to Me," and it's like, oh my God! Like I just remember the first time I listened to that album. I was in high school, and I wish that y'all didn't appreciate A-Marie, because I appreciated A-Marie. I bought every album, and then she did this weird thing where she added an I, and it was like A-Marie, which was really weird, but yeah, so when you go and listen to her projects, like they're spread out like in that weird way on Spotify or Apple, wherever you like podcasts. But man, every time I hear "Why Don't We Fall in Love," I feel like summer has started. Even if I'm listening to it like in the wintertime. It's just that dope of a track. And I'm trying to think of who produced that track. I know she was like on Def Jam, but I can't remember who produced it. Let me look it up. But A-Marie was something special, and y'all ain't love her. Why Don't We Fall in Love? But because I'm like, I know, yep, it comes up on Google. Oh yeah, Rich Harrison. And so, crazy fun fact about One Thing, because I also bought Touch, which was her second album that y'all slept on. What happens in the industry often, and I know a lot of people are music heads that listen to them, we know how singles and songwriting go. They shop it around for certain people, different people. One Thing, they were trying to give One Thing to J-Lo. Totally, it makes sense. But, because if you go and listen to J-Lo's Get Right, you can feel like A-Marie could have sang that song. So ultimately what happened, because the label was like that, we're not giving that to her, to A-Marie. We giving One Thing to J-Lo. They had to leak it to the radio. They had to leak One Thing to the radio to make sure A-Marie kept that track. And ultimately, the label took to it, and that ended up being on the soundtrack. And
What song?
One Thing, because they were trying to give it to J-Lo.
Oh, that's right.
And so they leaked it to the radio.
And Crazy in Love was supposed to be hers too.
Really?
That's Rich Harrison.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was
Could you imagine J-Lo singing Crazy in Love?
Not Crazy in Love. Crazy in Love was going to A-Marie.
Really?
Yeah, because that was her producer's Rich Harrison.
Oh, I know.
Not Beyonce.
I never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I believe A-Marie may have demoed it for her.
We could always Google YouTube that. Yeah. But you want to know, so I was just thinking about this, and this is also because I was telling them like how stuff they'll get shopped around. Because Simon Cowell was trying to get Halo for Leona Lewis.
Really?
Nigga, and Beyonce was like,
Oh, like, let me stop that real quick.
Yeah, definitely. He was trying to get that Leona. So Simon Cowell was like mad at Beyonce for like a long time. Oh well, like, yeah. But she had Bleed in Love.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's Beyonce.
But funny thing, so I'm a huge Barbie fan. I'm obsessed with Barbie.
Did you see the movie?
Oh, nigga, did I see the movie? I might have cried. Just very, very touching, very dope movie, right? So initially that movie, the production, the writer, all that stuff, that wasn't for Greta Gerwig, right?
It wasn't?
It was not. It was somebody else. You would never guess who was supposed to play Barbie.
Who was supposed to play Barbie?
Fucking Amy Schumer.
What? Amy Schumer was supposed to play Barbie?
And I remember hearing this and being very confused. Like, very confused. And I'm not body shaming anybody,
Was it because Amy Schumer was hot at the time or what?
No, okay, so initially it came up prior, I think, right before COVID, the conversations had started that they were making a Barbie movie. Whatever it was, it didn't work out. They were writing it. and then she dropped out of it. And so they was like, the studio was still like, we want to still produce this film. And that's what happened.
Margot Robbie's a way better actor, though. Way
better everything.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there was this weird
Amy Schumer kind of annoys me. Yeah.
Like,
but I heard she helps out a lot of black comics, though, too.
Huh?
I heard she helps out a lot of black comics, though.
That's cool.
I know that's but she still knows.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like, it's not my... Like, I like that one movie that LeBron James was in.
Oh, yeah. What was that? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I just could not imagine her as Barbie.
No,
it's like if somebody said like Lena Dunham was gonna be Barbie.
Well, Lena Dunham is doing. She's doing some other. Was it Polly Pocket?
Polly Pocket.
Yep, Polly Pockets. She's doing Polly Pocket.
I just whenever you know what I'm gonna say this. There's certain people I don't play with, and there's certain things I don't play with. And I didn't like the fact that she tried to like play with like Odell Beckham, like at the Met Ball. You know, they was like all sitting at the table, and she was like mad because like niggas wasn't like. We're not friends. We're just
like nobody was checking for her.
And I was like,
me like
and I was like, well, did you talk to him? Like, but I feel like there's this sense of entitlement, and I love Odell Beckham. And Odell Beckham is the sweetest, nicest guy ever. There was like this window where it was like every time I was going out, because clearly the first weekend that I met him, it was like a Grammy party. And it's off season. Mm-hmm. So it was like for this window, we were seeing each other everywhere. And I was like, hey, best friend. And he was like, hey, best friend. But he don't know my name. And I mean, I knew his name.
Right, obviously.
And he would just always give me a hug.
Wow.
So nice.
He seemed like he is a cool dude.
He's so cool.
Remember that dude that was trying to beat him? That was the Odell Beckham clone? This dude that was going around acting like he was Odell Beckham.
What?
It was a dude that kind of looked like him, and he literally looks he put his hair, everything just like him.
Oh, please.
And was going places and like dating women, everything, acting like he was Odell Beckham.
What?
Yeah.
Please don't be Justin. Please don't be my boy Justin. Because I had a boy that kind of, I was like, oh, you kind of remind me of Odell Beckham, but just also like his energy, but I hope, please don't let it be Justin, because I know my friend was him like 1 year for Halloween.
That same guy?
Mm-hmm. But I hope it's not this. If it's him, I'm going to be mad. And I'm like, why do you do that?
Yeah, okay. This is the dude right here. The fake Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham. Okay, so sidebar, I love Gossip's headlines and like BSO. BSO, Rob is from here.
Yeah. He's been on the podcast.
Okay.
Rob. Yeah.
We gotta get him on the Aquarius podcast.
Yeah.
Because we like were following each other on Twitter one time, and then he was like in the middle of like all this scandal. Let me just see.
That's supposed to be the fake Odell.
Oh, okay. Whew, it's not my friend, y'all.
Yeah, he was out there. He was out there faking the funk, acting like going out on dates with women, all kind of stuff.
Let me show you, let me show you my friend that was him 1 year, and my homeboy was also like in the Formation video. He's like
He's a dancer?
Yeah, he like a dancer, actor. He was also...
So this is the dude that much better picture of him.
Oh, yeah, no, thank God.
Yeah, but this dude was out there straight up being Odell Beckham.
Like, it's my friend in the middle. And like, he has more swag and style, but shout out to Justin. I was like, oh, make me nervous.
Man, well, since we talking about Formation, Beyonce being sued, you just came in and told me.
Yo, what's Beyonce being sued? Why is this man trying to say, Beyonce, you made me gay? That's not how that works. I don't think that's how it works for him.
I'm almost positive it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. He's also suing her for credit theft and identity theft and defamation of character. So they didn't name the person. Like when I saw the paperwork, the deposition, like you said, it was like marked out. But I'm just super confused.
It's somebody.
Like you can sue. Like, okay, this is America. And you clearly can sue anybody for pretty much anything. But I'm surprised that this hasn't been thrown out already. Like, hasn't landed at the judge's table and just been like, dismissed.
I mean, they got to get it to court first. It's probably just been filed.
Yeah. But isn't it also a waste of taxpayers' dollars? I don't know how that works.
Oh, no. This is wasting his money because you got to actually file and pay for your filing.
Yeah.
So they just look at it and be like,
$2.3 million.
How do you come up with that figure, though?
Again, how did you come up with the fact that Beyonce apparently made you gay?
No, I'm fine with that. I just want to know.
He's like, I'm fine with that.
I want to know how this, like, if let's see if this was true. How do you come up with 2.3 million for, like, is there, what are you missing out on punitively by being gay that 2.3 million is the sufficient amount?
I don't know. If I was to sue somebody, I don't know. I would make it a super gastronomical number 2. And I would add interest to it. So maybe he's going from like the start of her career with no drops.
Oh, so he's doing what, $100,000 a year?
Yeah.
But like, is it? Man, I'm not gonna do that because that's something I would say offline because
Why? Okay.
I'm not gonna do it. We trying to be monetized and stuff. I ain't trying.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
But for me, I'm just like, okay, I don't know. Have you ever wanted to sue anybody? Have you ever sued anybody?
No. Oh, no, yeah. I sued, went on property, sued somebody picking my own for eviction. Does that count?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I had to evict somebody.
Okay.
And I used to think she was trying to throw it at me too when I used to collect rent sometimes. Shout out to James McGowan, my business partner at the time. He's like, I think she's trying to throw it at you, trying to get that rent lower.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Yeah, but I was only 23 at the time, so I may have took her up on it at that age. She wasn't bad looking either.
Wow. That's crazy.
I had to evict her though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of evictions, Mark Butler had like showed a video of him because they hadn't paid rent in so long. So he ultimately, like evictions. I just want to tell people like evictions is like a long process.
Yeah, no, it took me like 3 or 4 months to get it all.
Yeah, it's like it's a process, and then it goes through the court. Then the sheriff has to show. It's like a whole thing. So it's not overnight if you're getting evicted. You have time to pay your rent and or move out.
Yep.
So ultimately, they trashed that apartment, and it was a nice apartment.
Oh wow!
And we have to stop doing that.
Yeah,
like
because I still can sue you.
I can sue you, and I can have your wages garnished.
Yep.
So
where was this at? Was it here?
Yeah, it was here.
Where was it?
I'm not 110% sure where, but I saw it and I was just like, oh my gosh, like and having a mom that like rents property, and I know like the majority of her stuff is Section 8.
Mm-hmm. This wasn't even Section 8?
I don't think so.
Dang.
And so, not paying rent.
And then you want to trash my spots?
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely suing you if you trash it.
Oh, yeah. So it was a nice crib though?
It was a nice crib. I'm like, I don't know why people do that. I'm like, you're mad because you didn't pay rent?
How are you mad because you didn't pay rent? I don't get that.
Yeah. So weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about a lot. I'm trying to think if I sued anybody else. I mean, I guess car accidents, does that count?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but...
But like, you mean like a lawsuit?
Yeah,
The only thing is that eviction.
Yeah.
The only thing. I've never like, you defamed me or whatever. I would just fight him.
Sometimes I want to be petty like Mariah Carey and sue for a broken heart.
Did she win that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because didn't do like promise her a whole bunch of shit or whatever? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I want to be petty like that sometimes.
And Mariah got on bread too, so she got time to be able to.
Yeah, she got time to be petty. I think I enjoy Petty Mariah more than her music. And I really enjoy her music. Because Breakdown is a motherfucker. Like,
yeah, no. Breakdown is a dope song.
Breakdown.
When she got into that puffy jiggy bag, people sleep on that era of Mariah. Mm-hmm. That actually extended her career because she was kind of waning on the pops, the real poppity pop side, like with emotions and all that stuff. She got that joint, the joint with ODB is what really was like.
Because she was good with like Mariah Carey had like the black version, and then she would have that like you said so it's like always 2 versions because like there's that version of what's the one with ODB, but then it's the version without ODB, and then it's like
fantasy,
and then it's like Heartbreaker. And then it's like Black Heartbreaker.
Yep. Even the video had the one.
she got 2 different videos. Like, and she stayed doing that. So Get your money, girl.
Yeah, no, shout out to Mariah Carey.
Still,
I like the old pop joints. I like Emotions. I like
Got a feeling.
I like Visions of Love. I like Visions of Love. I like Visions of Love.
It is the runs and Vision of Love, and then it's like
Can't Let Go. I like Can't Let Go. Like she has look. I know. I'm a Janet Jackson fan by far. I do think Janet Jackson has a better catalog than Mariah Carey. That's just me. Yeah, like.
See, we have to do a music episode.
Yeah, because I also think that me and Teddy was having an argument with Beyonce. I think Beyonce wouldn't be as big if Aaliyah didn't die.
Okay, so we're not gonna do that. Okay, no, switching up the show. No. Let's stay here.
This ain't no. We're gonna go to another topic in a second.
Wait.
He said with her talent and everything. I was like, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the real estate of music. Those Timbaland beats, all those beats some of those beats would have went to Aaliyah, and you would have never got those to Beyonce. So it would have been split, is what I'm saying. It wouldn't have been able to have the impact as much as fast. She might even stayed in Destiny's Child longer because she went solo. Aaliyah died, she went solo.
It was but they were already prepping us for
But I'm saying, like, it was immediate. If that next summer she would have had that album out.
Yeah, I mean, but also, because they were all, okay, so here's the thing. If you look at the trajectory of what was happening prior, right? Because, you know, Nelly's Dilemma delayed her releasing her album. Yeah.
Nelly with Kelly Rowland?
Nelly with Kelly Rowland because they blew up. They didn't know that it was going to do the numbers that they did. And so Matthew had them push it all back so Kelly could sit in that and really receive that. Yeah, which shout out to Matthew for that because, but ultimately I don't deem that to be true just because overall, like, yes, Aaliyah had to dance through this stuff. I think Aaliyah would have segued more into the acting realm because they were doing that for her anyway.
And also, she had one pothole in her life. His name is Dame Dash. That would have derailed her, I feel. That would have been her. That could have derailed her. And then they're wrong, Dame Dash. I'm just talking about like the way he was rolling in.
I can see that.
And coming in on them sets of some movie, cussing out people, and doing all kind of stuff. People like, I don't feel like working with Aaliyah because of Dame Dash.
And okay, so ultimately, and so I feel like Aaliyah would have had more of a movie career as opposed to music because to me, vocally, Aaliyah is not strong. No. So she has to have the Timbaland beat. She has to have all this production behind it because of that. And that's it took me a long time to really enjoy Aaliyah.
Really?
Yes. And by that time she was unfortunately like I was looking forward to all the press and all that stuff that she was doing for Aaliyah because I love More Than a Woman. Yeah. And I love Resolution.
Resolution is the best.
Yeah, We Need a Resolution is everything. Right? And so that's when I really stepped into it because like if you listen to 1 in a Million because there was that long window before they dropped, 1 in a Million is not a classic album. It has skips.
Oh, I can see that. I mean, because To Make It Hot remix is better. Yep. And that's not on the album.
It's not on the album.
With the Timbaland remix of that.
Yep.
It's better. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, and so for me, I feel like if I go and listen, because, we were waiting so long for it to come onto streaming, I was always, listen, motherfucking Loose Rap? I'm sick and tired of Loose Rap. Yes, and so how it starts, so for me, I felt like that would have been her classic album. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything after that. And because even when they did the Memorial album with the
I Miss You album, right?
The I Miss You album.
It was fine, but it was like
okay, y'all be talking about the people recording all these songs. These are the ones. These are the ones.
Everybody ain't Tupac out here recording 75 songs in a day,
right? But like you in that window from 1 in a Million to Resolution.
Yep.
Those are the songs that, these are some other things those are the ones.
Because 1 in a Million came out with like 96.
Because Come Over is cute for what it is, but it's not like I'm gonna go seek that song out. I'm not fucking to that. It's not on a sex playlist.
Oh, it is on mine.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it more because of Tank or is it?
I don't. At some point, we need to do a Tank situation too, because Tank. I do want to interview him.
Me, I'm so freaking bad.
Because I have
did you see that clip the other day?
Yeah, I want to have an argument with him about his Stronger album. He thinks that he hates that album, I guess, and I think that's his strongest album. That's the grown man album. That Stronger album from Tank.
If you go to like,
so then it was a 5 year break. Between Winning the Million '96 and Aaliyah 2001.
And your vocals did not change. It's not like it was Usher going from So Many Ways to My Way, where that doesn't typically happen to women because we don't have. I'm not going to say it doesn't, but come on. In 5 years, she was in the studio.
Yeah, but you got to remember. But see, that was. I think she was.
But don't forget, she did move. She was doing movies.
But she was also doing a lot of stuff with Timbaland in the background, singing stuff for them, for their albums and Missy albums and stuff like that. I'm just saying the lanes on the highway would have been a little bit more clogged.
I don't think so. I think their lanes are different. And I think Beyonce knew her role is to stay in her lane as well as Aaliyah.
Now, second question with this. Okay. It's a two-parter with this. You want me to bring this on? You want me to bring this up with you? Do you think there's been a dark-skinned woman that could get to the highest level like a Beyonce?
Okay, so I want to have this conversation about Kelly Rowland.
Right, but I'm saying
I want to.
The only one we had, but they made her look like she was a light skinned girl. I felt like a lot, or like favorite light skinned woman is Whitney Houston is the only one. But they made her look like you wanted her to be a light skinned girl.
Okay, so could we put
earlier
like Patty and Gladys?
They ain't get as big as Beyonce and Whitney Houston. I'm talking about that level where they selling out multiple stadiums and like.
Well, Tina Turner's like my complexion, but it took a while.
And Tina went rock.
Yeah, but that's what she always wanted to be a rock star.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a rock star.
But I'm saying a dark skinned woman.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. There's certain things, and I'm going to even probably say are dark skinned artists just in general.
Mm-hmm. I think dark skinned men can though. Because you got Denzel Washington.
Well, no. Okay, so we're talking about.
I'm even talking about dark skinned actress. I'm talking dark skinned period in any form of anything. Only one. Oh, the other one we had was Oprah, and the only reason we felt like that white people were palatable to her because she was a bigger woman and looked kind of like your mom's housekeeper or something. Oh, she doesn't feel palatable to me because she was fine. Them white women would not been listening to her if she was fine.
I think Oprah is attractive when she was not wearing contacts.
But I'm talking about when she's a bigger. No, but that's Oprah. She already got her bread though and stuff. Yeah. I'm talking about that original Oprah in '94.
Yeah,
the bigger kind of man-ish looking Oprah that would be sitting there. White people was not going to be palatable. So if it was Tyra Banks there, they wouldn't have been feeling her as much.
I feel that, and it's a crazy thing because someone asked me the other day about who did I find more attractive, Beyonce or Kelly Rowland. Mm-hmm. And for me, I was like, they have two. I said, we can't do that. They have two completely different like looks and styles or whatever, right? So I feel like Kelly Rowland had the potential because like she. Like so locally,
was Beyonce blocking her blessings?
No, I'm gonna say
the industry.
We know how the industry works.
Mm-hmm. And she's a dark skin girl.
Yeah, she's she's a chocolate girl, but also I feel that musically, like Kelly's singles are the better tracks on her album. Okay. She has albums that I can skip this.
So she doesn't have a lot of good album tracks.
Yes. So it's not translating over. Or it's like, there's kind of like this weird formula to it. So it's like, I call it the Confessions formula.
Oh, okay.
So Confessions, think about it. Okay, so when Usher dropped Yeah,
yep,
he didn't let Yeah die. We were still blasting Yeah, and then he dropped Confessions. He didn't let Confessions die. He dropped another single. It was back to back.
I'm Doja. This Sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
Man. We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch, though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey, man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
Usher was on her ass
When
when 2004.
It's about 5, 6 singles over there.
It's like 5 or 6 things. Then he goes back and gives us Rhythm City, and then a deluxe edition. We get Seduction. You get Red Light. You get .com. And I think people have to go back into like old formulas, which is why artist development and all of that is so important.
5 singles off that album.
Yeah, and a lot of our artists today are very lackluster.
Hey, no, you're right. He dropped, January. March, Burn drops. June, this is all in 2004. June, Confessions Part 2 drops.
Yep.
August, My Boo drops.
Yep, and that was the deluxe edition.
And then Caught Up drops.
Yep.
In the beginning of January 05. So he can hit us 5. In 12 months, he hit us with 5 singles.
Yep, and they don't do that no more. And so for me, I feel like maybe I should have been an A&R publicist, just because that was something that we had.
You've been fired now.
Why?
Because A&Rs no more. They be. I
found homeboy that's an A&R.
No, but I'm saying there's so many consolidations. You'd be doing something else now.
Yeah, I mean I feel like A&R and PR go hand in hand in marketing. Yeah. But there are certain forms, and especially because and you could be somebody's personal A&R because we have the internet. So what are you doing? What are you building out? I remember there was an artist
putting up on your Instagram. What are you putting up on?
Yeah, what are you doing? How are you engaging? Mario. So one time we had this conversation where it was like, what do you do? I was like, oh, I'm in school for journalism and PR, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, I feel like I get that you're more reserved, but we're moving away from that. The label being able to do stuff, and I feel like you have to be more engaging. You can curate
the idea of being the mysterious artist.
Yeah, but you still drop enough stuff. So the only person, if you're at a certain level, like a Beyonce,
you can do that.
You can do that. But if you are not, and you are, I'm not gonna say on the Chitlin circuit, but if you're
a mid-major artist.
Yeah. There are still things that you have to do to engage with your fan base. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. And I remember giving him this formula and said, okay, well, here's the ins and outs. Whether you have me do this or not, you should be doing this. And I just gave it to him. I'm like, you can have it. And so he a little bit, but you know what happened? Not too much longer after that, Chris Brown popped back on the scene. Because there was a window where Chris Brown, after the whole Rihanna thing,
there was a lane
open. And so I was like, you have to take it. And Trey Songz took it.
That's who took it.
Trey Songz took it.
And
then you had Chris Brown starting the vlog. Starting to tweet more. Starting to
come back out.
Yeah, and then that's what happened. Because then you had him now. He's dating Karuchi, but then he still be... Man, I was just never forget because he had this blog called Mechanical Dummy. And so it was just, you was going in, he was every day posting videos, whatever, sending you, yes. And so that's how we ultimately get Deuces. Deuces was recorded, I heard the original version, Kevin McCall played it for me.
Right, because it was Kevin McCall's song, right?
It was Kevin McCall's song. So he played the original version that he made in his grandmama's basement. Everything was the same except Tiger. Tiger went in and wrote his verse. That was it. But everything was the same.
So, was birthday cake before or after Deuces?
After.
So I was saying, I was trying to think, is Deuces what got him back?
Deuces is what pivoted him back into the spotlight, and that's where you start checking. Because then he started dropping mixtapes. So that Deuces was on the In My Zone mixtape. Then he did In My Zone 2, and then he did a couple of other ones and they were actually really, really solid. So, but I think when it comes to people, they don't really take the time to map out. And I always felt like Kelly was the stronger vocalist. Her daddy will tell you that. But ultimately, it was just, it was the follow-up. For me, for Motivation, while you was riding away, you rode the wave too long. So while they were still blasting Motivation, something else should have came out on that album. And it took too long. she dropped this song called Kelly. And people were like doing dances and all this stuff to it. I would have called like the hottest rapper at that moment and got him on a remix and dropped a visual to it because it was dope. It was really dope. But then you just pop it out like to make sure people don't hear about you. And I guess Kelly has a huge audience internationally. Yeah. But I'd be like, girl, like give me something. Like, I guess I enjoyed Coffee, then you dropped an EP, but did I go back and consistently listen to it? We don't talk about it. And I feel like, I know she also said like, she had dealt with personal issues on her own, because you know she was dating somebody named Nelly Cab when she did the Dirty Laundry song, that was beating her. Yeah, we know who St. Louis knows who it is. We know who it is. But ultimately, I think that it is a plan. So like you have to have some sort of a game plan. Like, yes, don't take too long of overthinking it. She's an Aquarius like us, so I can see her being in her head because I'm in mine all the time.
Yep, and overthinking it.
Overthinking it, but you just kind of gotta go but like have like, if you know you got something, okay, so what's my follow-up? What am I doing next? And I think we just need to get Kelly rolling with like hella solid ass like producers and like writers and spend the money.
She don't want to do it anymore though.
But now she acting. So
that's what I'm saying though. Does she want to do the acting thing? You know, just come out with that.
Yeah.
Now, somebody I think that should be blonde, but she's a darker woman, and it's like she's right there.
Coco?
No, you know I love Coco now. No, I'm not talking about Coco. I'm talking about Jasmine Sullivan. Man. It's like she's right there, like on the edge of like everything, but I think it's because she's a darker girl maybe, and she's a thicker girl.
I'm gonna say, she's there. I'm gonna say she's there.
You think so?
Yeah. You know, she won a Grammy for a hotel, so for one of the singles.
Yeah, no, Hotels is a dope ass album.
Yeah, and so, people, it was weird. The controversy around Hotels was really interesting hearing the conversation.
Why was people upset?
Because people felt like she
went a different direction.
Yeah, and had to like sexualize herself in order to be successful. And I was like, no, like what this bitch is saying is things that we've all done as women. And it helped.
That's song with Anderson .Paak right there. I was like,
listen. Though I didn't like he has a colorist line in there that I don't fuck with. Yeah, I just want to let y'all know I'm so like anti-colorism.
What was the colorism?
So he said like, okay, pretty much that this girl was putting a baby on him, and he said that the baby was dark skinned and he was light skinned and Indian. I don't like that. I don't like stuff like that. And we also know that's not how genetics work.
I know. I think it's a storm. I think the idea of that song was that the person character he's playing being ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think that's actually him saying it's like, because they were like playing roles.
You know, niggas like being black. They don't like being black. So
I would
say. Did you see that podcast clip where the guy was like,
there's a lot of black.
He was trying to say he was his origins. He wasn't black and he was from Panama. And he didn't even know how. No. There's this viral clip. These people, it was like they were all black, and I don't know what they were talking about per se. It didn't seem like it was bad, but then he was trying to like say that he wasn't black, and I'm like, and then he said he was trying to say, I think he was trying to say he was Panamanian. But he did say it like
it's Afro-Latino, isn't it?
Yeah, like
you can still be black and be from Panama. Like that don't mean it. I'm saying he doesn't understand that. But they run away from blackness as much as possible.
Everybody does, but then they always want to be us.
When you want to be, what did Paul Williams say? Everybody want to be black when until it's time to be black.
Yep. Now this is it. Hey, it's a heavy weight. It's a load. But like I told y'all yesterday, every time. If reincarnation, all that, if it's just a cycle and keep coming back, I always want to come back as a black woman.
I mean, I'm not bad. I mean, I would come back as a black woman.
You want to come back as a black woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would, man, listen. Wait till I see how my daughter get down in 20 years.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway.
Y'all gonna see the gangsterism
you silly.
flow through her. Y'all gonna be like, I'm playing. That's like it.
Listen, it's like the dopest thing. Like it just being black, and it's like weird. Okay, because I live in Los Angeles, nobody looks like me. Like, and when I say nobody looks like me, like even in my friend circle, we don't look alike. I have another friend that has a pixie cut like me, but she wears hers black, like natural hair color. Totally. You know, like, so I'm with the colors. I'm doing, when I go out, like, I finally went out to the club in Hollywood. I can't tell you the last time I had done that, just because I be sleep. I be sleepy. And it was like when I first moved to LA for like, oh my God, all these years, out every night, hitting this town, like, you know, so when you, every girl like looks the same, no matter what
Is it the Kardashian look?
It's that weird Kardashian look, and I'm hoping that it phases out. Like, you got black chicks with like 48-inch weave, white chicks 48-inch weave. We all got a fashion over.
They wigs, I'm assuming, right?
Wigs, weaves, whatever. Lashes looking like Snuffleupagus. You got Fashion Nova too. Like, you got active wear wearing it to the club. Like, and I always feel like, now I will say, I feel like sometimes black girls do have to beef it up a notch, just because it is like the door dude does too much. Like, I was like, okay, this nigga not gonna let us in. It was like me and my sister-in-law said, man, it's been a while. This man always trying to sometimes give me hell at the door. And I was like, I couldn't remember his name. And I was like, then I like name dropped my boy. And then he was like, all right, is this y'all? Like, come through. And everyone's like, we've been waiting here. I'm like, huh?
Oh, so you walking up trying to get past the regular line.
No, okay. I don't do lines. If I don't have to, I will not do a line. Because Brent Fayez ended up at the bar that we frequent by my house. And it was like my birthday weekend. I had never seen a line at that bar. Never. At the bar.
Did they know that Brent Fayez was going to be there?
I guess they promoted it because Tahir told me. And so, like, my sister, this is when I turned 35 last year. So I was like, yo, it's a line. And I was like, I'm not doing this. And then I just walked up to the front. I was like, yo, this is my bartender. This is his name. I was just here Tuesday.
Look me up and let me
I'm like, it's me and my sister. Let us in. And he was like, all right. Because I'm about to be like, go get Spencer. Like, go get the bartender, the head bartender. Like, fuck.
Spencer seems like a bartender.
Yo, Spencer. That motherfucker be making the drinks. It's fire. Like, sprinkle some cocaine up in there.
Mentioning cocaine. Once again.
It was cocaine. I'm kidding, guys. I don't do drugs.
This California secret lab you was telling me about. Break this down for me.
That's some We Clone Tyrone type shit.
So what's the?
Okay. Did you watch? You watch We Clone Tyrone?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Right. So they discovered the secret lab in California, and how they discovered it, I don't know if somebody from the health department was driving by, but they saw like a hose coming out the building, and so ultimately they have to get a warrant to search this building. And they come to find out it is a secret lab. They had over 1,000 mice. 200 of them were dead. They had been testing like some sort of, they don't know what they were testing on the mice. But they found like random like tissue, like human tissue, all this. So they don't know what these people were doing in the secret lab. Like, and again, this building is vacant. And have been vacant for Fresno, yes. Fresno. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie.
Never been to Fresno?
That makes sense that the shit is in Fresno.
It's the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like more family life. And ultimately, they also were like making and testing pregnancy tests. But I don't know. Like, I know they were taking some stuff to run tests on it to see what it was.
Yeah.
This is crazy, right?
This is crazy. Wow.
So here's the funny thing, like, and it made me think about kind of like Elon Musk and like Tesla. Mm-hmm. I used to live in this neighborhood in Hawthorne in LA, and the word on the curb was that there was a house that they had bought across the street from my house. Mm-hmm. And it had an elevator, like you could like pull your car in, because he apparently has tunnels under the city. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Elon Musk does?
Yeah, to be able to access and
not get places. If it happen, he can just
just hit it. And they interviewed my old roommate about that. She was like, I mean, I be seeing people come in, but I don't see them pretty much come out.
Wow. And it's Elon Musk's house, they say?
They believe that it is owned by SpaceX and all of that. Like, he's supposed to have all these tunnels.
He's Dr. Doom, man. And we just don't know it yet. It's all good, y'all.
And just like how, like, he's trying to say, oh, they're trying to exile, like, they're trying to annihilate white people in South Africa. Bro.
Y'all colonized South Africa.
Not today, Satan. Not today. But that's like the craziest thing to me. Like, my mind races like so much and always goes to the extreme really quick. So coming across this conversation, like this random TikTok talking about this, I was like, I knew it. But they think it's also like some like Chinese people.
Yeah. So it's the legal lab in Fresno. Mm-hmm. Bioengineered mice laden with COVID.
What'd you say?
What?
Say it one more time.
Mice laden with COVID.
So, do you think that they were like trying to create like a vaccine or trying to mutate it?
It says this company, Prestige Biotech, a Chinese medical company registered in Nevada, was operating the unlicensed facility in Redley, California, a small city 24 miles southeast of Fresno. Mm-hmm. They never had a business license. Damn. The city was completely unaware that they were in this building operating under the cover of night. Mm-hmm. Launched the facility in December 2022. A code enforcement officer saw a garden hose attached to the building that was presumed to be vacant and had no active business license.
That's crazy. Oh, I'm just in the neighborhood. Why is that hose coming out that building?
Yeah, like, why is it? That's not even supposed to be there. Like, that's not. I mean, I'm not shocked at anything anymore in 2023. Mm-hmm. I've had, they said that aliens really do exist.
Did we really think we were alone, though?
But I got a switchback conspiracy now.
Okay.
I think that's us looking like aliens to try to get us to trip out. That we have some of their technology already, and we're just doing stuff to, like, get our minds away from something else.
I see that.
So, like, we already had the technology. They've been here since the 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even before that. Mm-hmm. And I think we have some of the technology. Mm-hmm. And we're doing that. There's somebody that's an Air Force guy that's going around doing that. It is an unidentified flying object, but I don't think it's actually aliens here visiting us more. I think they don't fuck with us as much anymore. And if they do, they just kind of in and out.
They said that it's supposed to be like aliens, like in some facility, like they're half human, half alien in Van Nuys.
In Van Nuys?
Van Nuys, nigga.
But are they? Why are they half human, half alien? They like what?
I don't know. Maybe they're like shapeshifters or something. I don't know.
Oh shit! See,
that be the thing. Like I think aliens don't look like how we think they look. No. You know, like and I feel like an alien probably could like be scary, or it could look like you and us, like.
And it
could be how it was on motherfucking Nope.
Oh yeah, it could be like that. We just don't know.
We don't know. Do you really care?
Yeah, man. I need them to take us away. Let's get
you tired?
If black people could make a pact with them, and I shout out to the Minister Louis Farrakhan. He's always say like, "Hey, we can make a pact with them, take us up out of here." Because white people, y'all are trying to leave us. I already see it. The SpaceX stuff, Mars. Y'all trying to find these uninhabitable places. There are inhabitable planets. We just can't get to them that are damn near just like Earth in the Milky Way. We just can't get to them. Yeah. They want to get to them.
Yeah.
And y'all ain't gonna leave us. We gonna make a pact with the aliens first.
Or like, but here's the interesting thing.
And the good white people that want to roll with us.
Like knowing that government can control like weather, they can do all these different things. Yeah. And we talk about, like we see when we had lockdown for those just several months, how even like the hole in the ozone layer was like smaller because
nobody out there doing it.
Nobody was outside, but it's like, okay, so how come we haven't figured out how to regulate better? But it all goes back to capitalism. And it goes back to people being greedy, because I feel like it's hella fucked up that the responsibility to save the planet is on us, and these corporations, like, it's like, oh, yeah, guys, don't forget to recycle. Don't forget to do this. No, motherfucker, you don't forget.
That's my thing. They try to go to space because they don't care about this place.
And I'm just saying what's going to happen, because now they've cleared the first car, like flying car.
Oh, it's going to get ridiculous. ridiculous.
So are we really about to be living in the sky like the Jetsons, or?
I ain't doing that shit. I ain't flying no damn car. These cats, just regular cats on the streets, can't drive.
Okay, so I was gonna say that.
Like we talking
I
about
would say this
car?
has been the most chaotic driving experience in the history of me being in St. Louis, like and visiting.
So you saying it's way more crazy?
It's worse. So I was coming off of King West Highway to get on 64 on Highway 40 to go to Grand so I have to get out my car to go to Starbucks. But so we have the arrow to go merge onto the highway. A car's coming right at me. I'm about to get T-boned. That clearly has a red light. Nobody stop. If I was a cop out here, I was like, put me on ticket duty because already I done seen where to post up. It's a spot going towards 70, like kind of near where my sister lives. It's a flashing red light. Nobody be stopped. I would just sit there in an unmarked police car.
Just bing, bing, bing.
Podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure,
health,
femininity, parenthood, dating,
definitely dating,
single parents. And it's from a lens of two psychologists,
Yeah.
So,
but also two people who grew up like with both parents, married parents, and then you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, like her siblings and my siblings. So so it's from that perspective.
Yeah, looking at life through that lens. Yeah. So you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us. From us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
It's close to 70. That's 70 is like a speedway,
Yeah,
70 is like a speedway.
It is ridiculous. It's like the Autobahn.
I will try to drive on 40 as much as possible.
Yeah, if I don't have to get on 70, I don't.
No,
I know.
It is the Autobahn. Them cats be right.
Yeah, and then all the red lights. It was when I left here last night. King's Highway and Union, going toward Martin Luther King. It's a light. We all stopped. It was a car behind us and literally just went around. Didn't even hesitate. And I was like, do you know that you could really die or kill somebody? You couldn't wait 2 seconds.
No. It's not going to get you any faster there.
Yeah, it's not going to get you any faster. But I don't know. The alien thing, I already feel like I was abducted one time. So,
really?
Yeah, them niggas didn't put me back in my apartment.
Hold on. Stop. So you saying you were abducted by aliens?
Yes.
What year was this?
2000. What year was that? 2000. It had to be 2011 or 12.
You were abducted by aliens.
Okay, so I went out to the club.
Yep.
Me and my friend Ebony. And Ebony dropped me off, and it was weird because that day it was weird. It was a weird setup. I had met a neighbor, and it was weird because I knew other people that lived it, but it wasn't we was kicking it up. But I had just randomly met this person coming in. We started talking, and then I think we got a drink at his apartment before me and my friend went out. I go out, and we come home. I wasn't drunk. I set my alarm, but I was tired. So I was like, I'm not washing my face. I'm going to sleep on the couch. On a dark couch. So that's what I did. Set the alarm. All of a sudden, it was this weird window where I don't know what happened. I am outside of my apartment door. And it's all enclosed. It's in a, secure building. But I literally am in my bra and in my underwear. And all I have is a blanket. And I wake up and yes. And I was so of course, my door, it's a heavy door and it automatically locks as you close it, when you close it. And so I was what the fuck? So I don't have a phone. And I was disoriented a little bit. And I had to pee. So y'all, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I went in the basement of the building where the laundry room is, and I definitely found the drain, and I peed.
Wow.
So remembering that I met that guy, I had to go in, knock on his door, And I was like, yo, I know this looks crazy as hell, but I can't get in my apartment. And I like just concocted a story. I was like, my friend saw that I left my work phone in her car and I needed it. So she brought it back to me, I was waiting on her to bring it back to me, but I'm locked out of my apartment. Can I use your phone to call the leasing office so they can unlock my door? Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yo, you sure you weren't on no bath salts or something, doing something?
I wasn't. It was a stranger thing. Like I said, I'm sleepy, but I wasn't drunk or anything. Like the fact that I can remember like everything up and then it's just this weird window and then I don't, yeah.
Did you feel okay though? Like
I felt weird, but like
with any anal probes or anything like that?
Okay, no anal anything. You know?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
no.
That's what everybody always said, man, my butt was tight. You know, that's what I always say when they get abducted by aliens.
I never felt that, but I just felt like.
Shout out to South Park, if you had seen South Park.
Groggy.
Remember he had the satellite, Cartman had the satellite up his ass.
Yeah, I was like, dang, y'all couldn't put me back in my apartment. And then I went to work the next day and I told my coworker, she's like, oh my God, you might be a traveler. And I was like, what you mean? And she's like, oh my God, you have to watch Insidious. Didn't even think about the word Insidious. I was so mad that I watched that movie. I was like, bitch, why the fuck would you have me watch that?
So what is a traveler?
Like, there were these people that, like, were throughout, like, certain, I guess, like, parts of life. Like, they just like, I guess, kind of like this spirit. But I felt like she was trying to call me a demon because they was mean. They was not good people.
Oh, she told you to watch Insidious?
Yes. That's how I sell that damn dumb movie.
I never seen that.
That scene where it was the dude that's in The Conjuring, cause it's like, I feel like they rotate the same actors in those movies.
Yes.
Dog, where it was like that demon thing behind him and it peeked at.
I don't do any of those movies.
Okay. Alright, well.
I'm scared of poltergeists.
Really? Cause you got in real life?
Hell yeah.
See, but that's be the thing. It's like, it's sort of, okay, I like scary movies, but when I say I like scary movies, I like scary movies like Scream.
Yes.
I don't like Saw because Saw to me, I feel like that shit can happen in real life. You wake up and you in some weird chain thing.
And it's just over gory.
Yeah, it's overly gory. I don't like blood or all that weird stuff. It's just really strange to me.
Yeah, because like Scream, I would call Scream horror. I would say Scream is more of a thriller.
Yeah.
You
so,
know.
but I enjoy stuff like that. And then Freddy is always a good time because he's funny. But Michael Myers, I will never understand how. I'm like, so we talk about the rules of horror and it just, I always just get irritated because I'm like, so we not chopping heads off?
I mean, you know, he's a spirit, man. And
The way I'm like, die, nigga.
I mean, the one I couldn't ever mess with was Hellraiser, Pinhead.
You know, honestly, I'm gonna say this. I never saw that movie. I don't think
I know. I've never seen them. I just always was like, I'm gonna be scared of shit, so I'm never gonna watch this.
Okay.
Ever.
I kind of want to watch it, but I've never seen. Didn't they recreate that?
Oh no, they've been talking about it. Though.
Okay.
Because Rob Zombie was supposed to do it, I believe.
Okay.
And I was like, nope. They might have redone it. I mean, but I'm not on duty with that.
That is too funny.
Yeah, we talking about aliens. Like, yo,
aliens is just an interesting thing, and I think I don't know.
Man, mentioning movies, man. Rest in peace to the brother from Euphoria. That just passed away from an OD.
Yeah, okay. So, his name was Angus. Yeah. So it's just really weird, okay. Because when
Angus Cloud.
Yeah, Angus Cloud, right? Eerily, when Euphoria dropped, I was like, man, that boy looks just like Mac Miller.
I'm almost positive that if Mac Miller was alive, he would have probably played that actual role.
Yeah. Because it was really weird. I was like, man, and then for him to ultimately die the same way, freaked. It was just really sad and kind of unexpected a little bit. And I know people were saying, oh, he was open about having
drug issues,
mental health issues, and then his dad had just died, they were really close. And literally a week prior, they had buried his dad, and that's just so fucked up. And I think we don't talk enough about what we consume and certain things that we do. Because also think about Euphoria as a whole. It is heavy on the drug abuse. And knowing that he was dealing with those things, that just was, I think that contributed to his demise because it's not healthy.
I think it's because of the fact the show didn't come back and he wasn't busy.
Yeah, I don't mind too.
Yeah, I'm saying like,
it could have been
Zendaya booked and busy. She ain't worried about that.
Yeah. Honestly, I was like, okay, if they...
Because it's not coming back.
It can't come back.
Because they're talking about 2025 now anyway.
Yeah, no, then they said 2026 because of the writer's strike. They pushed it back again.
But his character, I guess you could say his character is locked up.
No, you could.
Because he did get locked up at the end of the last season.
No, he gets shot up. Like there was a whole the something happens and we were trying to figure out if Fezco died.
Right.
Yeah. So him and the
no. His brother died. The little boy.
But wasn't it something where he went to?
No, remember little dude was said basically like I'm finna have my last stand up in here.
Yeah,
and they just arrested him outside. Remember they just got him. And he was crying and everything because he knew homeboy was going to try to make his last stand.
No, remember Fezco ran up in somebody's house. He went to somebody's house and something happened. I can't remember whatever it was. Like you said, he could be in jail, but it was always this weird. I felt like this last season was so epic that because the musical alone,
yes,
that musical that the sister did was so great and so on point. And I mean, we like you said, like it not coming back. It allows us to have conversation and create the space of, we can create our own ending, which sometimes I like stuff like that.
You could create it in your own mind.
Yeah, in your mind. Because I know when Euphoria started, it was so many conversations about if Zendaya's character was already dead and is just telling the story from beyond the grave. So I don't know. It's really sad though, just because we're seeing this consistently happen with people where they are overdosing. And a lot of times it's been coming back that fentanyl has been involved. Just like, what's her face? Where them dollars at?
We talking about, Gangsta Boo.
Yeah, Gangsta Boo. Fentanyl.
That stuff be laced in people's stuff so much.
And they putting fentanyl in everything. Everything. It just came back that it was some other actor that had died, and it was fentanyl. Having traces of fentanyl in their body, and it's just really sad. And I think that we need each other more than ever now, and being able to be kind of aware of the signs and how you're feeling, and kind of because I know if it's some days yes, I will feel my feelings, but after a few days, and I notice that my house is dirty, I'm like, okay. I gotta pull myself out of this.
Yeah.
And I can't allow my thoughts and things that have never even happened and probably won't happen and to not consume me. And I know that certain people we appear a certain way, like Sean, whatever, but it's just checking in and saying hi to, people it's been a minute, but I'm that person. I felt like I always would reach out.
But now people don't do the same.
No, they don't do the same. I'm not doing that no more. If you don't know, I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. Because that's me, also friendships, everything is very transactional. And so I can't be in the, I can't be in the red and you coming and you still just, no.
I'm already in the red.
I'm already in the red. There's nothing, it's the given tree. It's nothing, I have nothing left. I have nothing left.
Do you think they're doing it on purpose, or is it not that they just?
I feel like there are certain people, and yes, life happens to us all, but I feel like there are certain people because, they could get married, have, whatever, kids, have kids, because my life isn't like that. I don't know if they feel like you can't be around or you don't want to be around. I'm like, girl, fuck them kids. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, if you want to go eat, okay, so then maybe we go to a kid-friendly restaurant. If you can't, you know, like, if your husband or somebody is busy, you know, or you can't, like, so it's that type of conversation. But people are not, I'm just not doing it. and I'm the person that's like, it's a lot of people that when they're at their lowest moment, they will reach out to you because they know that you are a light to like absorb that light. And then when things look up for them, they don't really include you in those happy moments. Because I was like, I want to be there to experience your joy, you know, because I know where you were, and they exclude you from that. And I'm cool. Like, I have a homegirl that's like that. I'm cool.
It's an interesting thing. I have a theory on it. I think there's, if you've seen The Godfather, right?
It's been a long time.
Okay, for all the Godfather fans out there's a scene where Vito Corleone, the matriarch, the patriarch of the family, is talking to Tom Heaton, the lawyer, the consigliere, and he was like, "I'm gonna have to replace you because you're not a wartime consigliere. We at war right now. There's peacetime people, and then there's wartime people. Now." I think some people only function well with you, friendships, relationships, whatever it may be, if it's some shit going on and like you got their back, we had war together. But if it's peaceful, they don't know how to live in that. You and them can't coexist in that peaceful state either. Yeah. And then there's some people that it's all good. When it's all good, it's great, but they don't know how to get down when it gets to the funk of things.
Yeah. And you know what? I won't be at war with you no more. Like, I'm not going to war with you because to me, it's like, I don't know, like I just feel like as adults, I know people are always like, no new friends or anything like that. And I welcome it because to me, it creates a space, one, for new experiences, new moments, but it's just like, those people be the people that really fuck with you and show up. Like, I think about the broken toe situation. The broken toe situation kind of showed me a lot because, you know, I live on the second floor in my building. There's no elevator. It's like a walk up or whatever. So I was literally in my apartment for like weeks. So remember I told you, I was like, I told my nigga, and I was just like, nigga, like, come get this damn dog. Like, I can't take her out. So I had to like adjust, you know, and yes, in 2023, like there's so many things like we have available to us. So yeah, like groceries are getting delivered, or, you know, I would hobble down the steps and do a pickup. But I had to call my friends out about that. I was like, yo, like, I told y'all that this is what happened to me. Nobody really came through. And I called them out because I was like, if you fuck with me, like, fuck with me. So, like, one of my friends, she was like, okay, let me bring you, I have a cart. So if you have to go take out your trash or whatever, like, I can't come over here every day. But you know, like, or, you know, like, so you could at least wheel it, or if you need to do laundry, or they also, you know, like, and then like one of my friends was like, oh my God, like I really do feel bad. Like I'm going to come over. I'll bring lunch. Like let's hang out for the day or whatever. I had my homeboy, like Clint, like he's like, I'm in Philly. I can't do nothing. Like, and I didn't yell at him, but when we were texting, he was like, hey, is there anything that you need? Like, I'm really sorry. Tangerine. It was hey, do you need me to come over to bring you groceries? Like, can I send you something? Are you okay? Like, how are you feeling? Like, but those are like, I know Tange and Clint are newer friends. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, that meant a lot to me though. She's her husband, right? No. That's CT. CT's her husband. CT, okay. Yeah, but that really like made me feel really good because of that. And I don't want to be a convenient friend from people. I don't do that anymore. Convenient friendships don't serve me. It doesn't make me feel full. So if you on bullshit, like I'll see you like at a bar if I run into you, but I'm not going to make an effort to show up for you if it's just like, oh my God, I'm not doing it no more. Yeah. And it's just hey, everybody, let's be at the same space. Yeah. People, man. Let's give them the energy they give you and vice versa. That's definitely what sometimes you gotta reach out and do a little bit extra just because, and you don't worry about getting it back either. Yeah. And that's the thing too, is just like sometimes like you do, of course you do things with like the expectation of like, cause you are doing it from your heart, but it's a two-way street. Yeah. It is a two-way street.
Man, we've been all over the place this episode.
We have. It was a good time.
From there. Like,
did we take shrooms? Did we do an edible?
No. No, I can't do that with a child.
Really?
No, I would never do no drugs with Xander here.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. I thought you meant like in general. I was like,
no. I'm saying I wouldn't because, you know, I wouldn't be tripping out and, you know, she like, hey, can you cook me a grilled cheese? Like,
could you imagine?
No.
Our ADD kicked in.
Yeah.
We was all over. We were all over, but could you?
Oh, it would take me an hour. It would take me an hour. Yeah, it would take me an hour.
That's so funny.
It would take me an hour to get that shit done.
That's so funny.
Well, man, Don, where can people hit you up at?
Hey, man, St. Angela's is all your needs. You know, hit the link in the bio, buy some candles, use the code Aquarius at checkout. We got the amazing SOLC Network. We hit 1,000 subscribers there. We get into the bag. Make sure you share the podcast with everybody because we've been kicking our shit. It's so good. Dude, it's so good.
It's amazing. Some people be mad though.
They can stay mad.
It's weird. You don't even know me, cuz.
Yo, I told you how the one person was like, it would be nice if you would respond to the people that are actually responding to you. You're not that big of a star where you. Okay, bitch.
What's to our podcast?
On one of my posts. Yeah, on the YouTube. It was one. I think it was on one of my reels or something.
Okay, but still, like.
But I was like, okay, hello. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, you all like. How often? Like, a lot of times I just post on YouTube and I walk away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's not like that. Like, say, or how about you comment on an Instagram post or say something. So then I know, like, I don't be following people back like that, and I try, like,
it's nothing personal.
Man, it's nothing personal. And I was like, people say crazy things. Like I told you how the girl was like, I was somebody from a bot page called me a hoe, and that's why I got an F in my class.
In your class?
I'm gonna tell one day I'm gonna do an episode. And I'm going to do the whole story of the Freakum Dress video and that video production class at Webster.
Oh, so this is someone that knew you.
Didn't know me. No, they didn't know me because it was on my Instagram.
Oh, you were telling the story in there and it was saying like that's what
I wasn't telling the story. So whatever it was, I was responding to a video that Tahir did on my birthday.
Okay.
And in the middle of the video, I was like, this is my A+ project, but that teacher gave me an F, so fuck you, Orestes Valdez. But then I continued to keep talking about whatever. The person was like, yeah, you got an F because you a hoe.
Oh.
It was some troll account. Who cares? Yeah. And I was like, oh, you
want to engage?
Yeah. And I think you were looking for a little attention, so now you got it. So what's up? And they deleted that comment.
Oh, see, man. Suckers.
Well, yeah, man, I appreciate being able to record.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna come out to LA. Yeah,
we can figure out, like, map it out, and then, like, even if it's like a long weekend or whatever, or if flights are cheaper, we will figure it out and do this again. Now, how to set up? You come to my crib.
Yeah, dude, this was awesome, man.
This is so much fun.
Like, the Kelly Rowland thing is gonna be really triple.
Man,
she did the Usher run. I didn't even think about the Usher run. You really put me on it.
The Confessions formula. Shout out to Janetta Patton because that's his mama.
Oh, she did.